What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Trust the Tape. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I, of course, am joined by former Cowboys scout, a man with a Super Bowl ring from his time with the Green Bay Packers, and the greatest drafter of all time, Mr. Brian Broaddus.
Hey, Bri.
Hey, Brian. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, no, Brian. Oh, no, Brian. I will tell you this time, guys, it worked just fine 90 seconds ago. His mic worked just fine. All I did was hit a countdown, hit go live. Don't put this one on me. I know sometimes I don't charge my laptop. Today I'm not using a laptop. I'm on the PC. Try it again. He's going to come right back. Hi, everyone. I don't know what happened. We were just having a nice conversation. I told him, hey, Brian, I'm going to play the countdown. And we're rocking. And suddenly he doesn't work anymore. Brian will have the very latest on the Cowboys defensive coordinator search. Appreciate everybody that's already here. Smash the like button while you're here if it's not too much trouble for you. And shout out to my 14 percenters, people who have had notifications turned on my channel since the beginning. You guys are the best. Morning, riveting as always. Great insights from Brian. Plus, he's helping my crypto portfolio. Don't pay attention to Brian's Twitter. It got hacked. You need to follow at Crown Global Media, CRWNOO. Crown Global Media. Make sure you're following that, and then you get everything going the way you need to. Hey, Brian.
Hello, Jeffrey. Are we back?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Just kind of message popped up right before we went on the air. Weird. Sorry about that.
Yeah, whatever. I'm pretty sure Sonny Styles is our 12th pick. I'm 95% sure. Boy, I sure wouldn't mind that. That would be nice. How's the pool going? I think we're at 21-9.
Can I ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
No, you or anybody why do you think 95% Sonny Styles?
I don't think 95%. I think it's a unique year where the Cowboys have a really big need at a position where, to me, there is a guy that I'm comfortable saying he's the best at that position in this draft. I really,
so
really
you have
like
Styles. You didn't have Styles over, say, like the corners and stuff like that. Then you have him over McCoy and Delane and all those guys. Okay, I see why you did it then. All right, makes sense.
Yep.
I wonder if they do.
And they may not. They may not.
Yeah.
And they have enough needs that we're going to be able to do some work in this draft. Okay.
Sure.
We got enough.
Sure.
We got enough needs that we can just draft it pretty clean and not worry about anything. But I think drafting it clean might put him as the best player on the board at 12, and I would be okay with that because I feel really good about him. Is there anything defensive coordinator wise you want to bang through before we get to Jeff's topic of conversation, the NFL draft, Brian?
Kind of feel like I'm going to ask you this question, Jeffrey. Are you committed to sitting this thing going through this whole process here? I mean, you've interviewed guys, you had Zoom meetings, you're now bringing guys in. It seems like to me, Cowboy Nation's getting a little antsy that they might lose a guy or two, or they're waiting on Jim Leonhard. How do you feel about what's going on right now with this search?
I would say the Cowboys coaching search so far, I am more pleased than I generally am with a Cowboys coaching search, but I'm also not fully satisfied with the coaching search.
In what way?
Like why did Brian Flores talk to Washington and not you? Like I know
$5 million, $6 million, maybe.
And that's what I'm saying is I don't think that to me, and it's not my money. I'm more of a gift card guy, you know? I got gift cards.
Sure.
It's not my money. If that is a barrier to interviewing a guy to coach for the most valuable franchise in sports, I think that's embarrassing.
What if they don't like, what if Jerry being a league man, an NFL shield man, that he's not happy with Brian Flores' suit against the National Football League?
That pisses me off more than the thing I just said before, because when the Cowboys were winning, it was when Jerry was a disruptor. You sued the damn league, Jerry.
Oh,
right in the middle of being the best team in football, you sued the league.
Yeah.
And now if somebody else does it, he has gone all the way. Like he was Mark Cuban when he came in. And now he's, I don't know the equivalent in the NBA, but like now he is the front man for the league. No, I need Jerry the disruptor back. I need Jerry the outlaw back. I don't need corporate man Jerry, who's a billionaire now, and all of a sudden everything's cool, and I'm not trying to spend money. We're just going to make all the money, and look at us go. I don't need Scrooge McDuck.
This is really going to piss you off then, because Brian Flores could walk through that door and tell you got to get 6 or 7 new players on your defense or you're not going to be any good.
And he'd
He's
be
going to
right.
tell Oh no, that's what I'm saying. That's where and maybe and this is again going to piss fans off even more.
Don't you do it.
Jerry and Steven need to hear that. They absolutely need to hear that. And that's why I think that Jeff Ulbrich got the job with Atlanta, because Kevin Stefanski, who had a really good defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz in Cleveland, said, you know what? No, I'm going to leave Jim Schwartz aside here because you want me to hire this guy, and I want this job that bad. That's a shame. That's a shame in life when you can't really hire the most qualified people or the best people because you don't want to make that decision, or you don't want to hear what they might have to say. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And that's look.
I'd have loved to have had Brian Flores. I'd love to have had Jim Schwartz. I'd love to have any one of these guys that they're talking. I think they're talking to good guys. I don't have the best impression talking to guys around the league about Gannon. I don't. That's the only one that I don't have a really good impression on. Now, this is where you're in trouble. And you hear me rant about this quite a bit on the various platforms I'm on, especially this one, is that the consensus, it's the fighting for, it's the, you've got Clayton Adams in the building fighting for a guy who fought for him at one time. They were together at Indianapolis. They were together in Arizona, gave him an opportunity. This is where sponsorships get in trouble. This is where listen, John Eric Sullivan, I know him very well in Miami. Matter of fact, I remember when he was born. I worked for his dad at LSU as a graduate assistant, as a wide receivers coach. John Eric Sullivan hired a coach that he knew. He hired a guy he knew, maybe a guy that is in line with his, with his thoughts and stuff like that. It's always interesting to me that when we start to hire friends, when we hire friends, that seems to kind of get us in a little bit of trouble. Your friend could be very, very qualified.
Yeah.
But to me, sometimes you take the path of the least resistance, where in actuality, you need to take the path where there is resistance and where you're learning along the way, and you're trying to put this thing together. When you have a buddy and you're just agreeing everything's cool and it doesn't always work. I'm not a fan of hiring the friend, in sports. I'm just not. And I think that's, this could very well, what could happen with the Cowboys. This Gannon hire could very well happen because he has big help in the room, with Clayton Adams being there. So I hope I'm wrong.
Record. I'm on record as the facial profiler of Cowboys Nation that Gannon's dangerous. His pupils are too big. His eye only has one color to it, and it looks real weird. It's like in some sort of vampire or werewolf.
I was hoping you were saying you're not going to like his scheme or something.
No. Something about his eyes. It's like a lycanthrope. If you've ever seen the Underworld movies, when somebody's transitioning from human to monster, his eyes it's like there's no, I don't know the eye parts. It's either there's no retina or it's all pupil. There's something off about it. And I think when you have that, it's hard to lead men when your eyes are messed up.
Yeah. Well, he's got a sponsor in the building. And we're going to see how that relationship with Clayton Adams and Brian Schottenheimer really, really is.
All right, let me hit these.
If you don't like Gannon, and again, he is the only one that I've heard. Has his defense really got better? Has he got better as a coach? That's the stuff that you hear. And I could be wrong. These guys I talk to could be wrong. I mean, we're wrong all the time, but I just wonder.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the coaching search for the fact that there have at least been 9 names that have been talked to. And we got used to, like, the Eberflus search was what? Eberflus plus a Rooney Rule or two?
It was Marvin Lewis, and here we go. Yeah,
like it was Flus.
yeah.
And now
Leslie Frazier.
At least they're talking to multiple people, and hopefully the leadership is capable of listening to what all these guys have to say and properly being impressed by the guy with the best defensive mind.
Shoddy got blamed. Shoddy got blamed for Eberflus.
Well, that's life.
Shoddy got blamed. He did. Look, they stood up there and they told him, they said, "Oh no, he was on board.
You got a job. You weren't going to get it anywhere else. You got this one. So you got to deal with whatever comes."
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, that guy in Atlanta got a job, and he had one of the better defensive coordinators in the league. And he said, "No, okay, I want this job bad enough that I will turn my back on him and and take this guy." So happens all the time in the National Football League.
Mike's in the super chat. He said, "Brian, I apologize if you hit on this already. Do you think Dallas is serious about Schwartz? If no,
I think they like Schwartz. I think they like Schwartz. I think they really do. I just don't know if they'll. Jim's interviewing for a couple of different head coaching jobs. I think there's a lot of respect. I think that if Jerry Jones is really good friends with Bill Parcells and real good friends with Bill Belichick and really good friends with these guys. And if he were to ask somebody about Jim Schwartz, I'm sure Jim Schwartz would get an absolute glowing report. But I'd love to see Jim Schwartz here because I don't think, Jim Schwartz is interviewing for head coaching jobs, but I'd like to have some consistency here with my defensive coordinator. I like my defensive coordinator to be here for more than a minute. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I want. I want you to hire guys that are some of the best on the planet because then they'll be here long term.
But we'll be here long term, yeah. And it's hard. It's hard in this profession to say you're going to be here long term.
It's harder when you don't hire the best. Then it's easy to see the failure coming, and then you're going to be moving on from a guy who told you who to draft pick, and then you're going to be going, "Oh God, now this guy doesn't fit anymore." And
then your team looks like crap because your coordinator who just got fired has got 3 guys on here that can't play.
Yeah, that's tough. Here you go, new guy. Enjoy this.
Yeah.
And you're probably this is probably the only job you were going to get too. So enjoy your 1 year. Let's see what guys we can add that you like, and then somebody else will inherit both of them. It'll be great. Roman Wolf Gaming, national title thoughts. Anyone Indiana you like? I got Indiana guys I like, and Brian, by now you probably know that I have an appreciation for the tiny man. So Indiana's got a corner that I like because he's a tiny man.
Pons,
yeah, he's he's probably
5'9", 174. Yeah.
Yeah, 5'9", 174. That's my guy. Avion Terrell at Clemson, probably 5'10", 5'11", 180 pounds. That's my guy. I like the tiny guys. You know why? Tiny guys can move really well. There's a reason you want guys who can move that way that are bigger because now I can take up more space. I can tackle. I can reach a football that's further away. But Pons is a good player. I haven't seen too many rankings. Like my guy Trevor Sikkim, I can always go to the Pro Football Focus, and they have all of them ranked.
You watch Surratt, the wide receiver?
So I've watched both the wide receivers, and I comfortably they have 2 receivers, Cooper and Surratt. And I
haven't seen Cooper yet. Yeah, I like
Cooper
what
better. I like
good.
Cooper better comfortably.
Good.
Surratt's the receiver. He's the kind of guy that scares me. He makes some
Keenan Allen
catches.
Keenan Allen is who he is.
If he's Keenan Allen, then he should go higher than I have him.
But he does it. He's a tremendous route runner. He gets open. He is tough after catch.
See, that's the part I don't see. I don't think he gets open.
I think he gets open.
I fear the non-separator, and I think he's a big non-separating contested catch route runner guy. And there's certainly a place for that. But Cooper's very different from him. He's I'm just giving people an idea of the way he plays football. I'm not comparing him to the player. He's in the Debo mold. It's once he has the ball, good luck tackling this dude. He's trouble.
Sure.
And I like him better. So I have Cooper. I got Cooper in the 2nd round, and I got Surratt in the 3rd round. And I got their corner Pons in the 2nd round. Is that too high for a tiny man?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, got him right.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, you do.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see.
Well, I mean, the corner you got right. I think Surratt's a better player than you're thinking right now, but I'm okay with your tiny man guy.
You've got you know how I do this now, Brian. The big
not very well.
I'm afraid. There you go. That's the spirit. The bigger receiver scares me.
Yeah,
Like
sure they does.
last night Miami did to Surratt what I would
Yeah.
do to Surratt after watching him on film. I'm like, he's not a separator. Just play his back pocket and don't let him catch a back shoulder fade.
Yeah.
And they did it. And
So they threw it to that other. They threw it to the other guys. What they did.
So they're like, all right, what about this guy over here? We'll just try it over here instead, and it worked out for him. Benjamin's.
I think does Indiana have a defensive tackle? Is that Tucker? I think I thought somebody was mentioning that he might be a senior or a fifth-year guy or something like that. Number 95, is it Tucker? Am I thinking of the right guy?
School, and I can tell you if
the defensive tackle,
because I haven't seen him. Mikhail Kamara is an edge for them. The linebacker Aiden Fisher, Dane said top 100-ish. The guy who on the
Wolchuk says really not athletic ability there.
Yeah, but see, Wolchuk doesn't know what he's doing.
Make sure you check out me, Wolchuk, and Aisha Morrison on the stack today.
Well, at least Aisha's there to try to correct when he makes all those mistakes. You know who else doing Vach? There's a guy that's just faking it all the way.
You're just killing everybody that works with me on this show.
that Crown Global outfit.
And while you're at it, Brian Broadus has no idea what he's talking about.
Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow him. Somebody told me last night when I was talking about how I like Cooper better than Surratt on Indiana. They're like, oh, Vach disagrees.
Cooper's a good player. Cooper's a good player, though.
And I told him, I said, that's fine. I'll just fight Vach. It's fun anyway. We're all
Vach is a big fan. I like Surratt, too. I really do. And you know what? It's funny. You have the problems with the big body wide receiver guy. There's plenty of these offensive tackles in this draft that are like not very strong, which kill me. I can't. I haven't got one of those guys right yet.
It's cool. Just remember, Jeff liked Sky Moore, so we're not going to nail all of them. Just going to do our best.
Do our best. If you look at 230 players, you're gonna not watch Puka Nacua. Sometimes you're just not gonna watch Puka Nacua.
I talked about that yesterday on the DLLS podcast. I was talking about the draft stuff. I was like, I probably get to 150 to 175 guys a year. Brian probably is between 200 and 250, and now he's probably going to watch 600 because he missed Puka. And it's like
I'll tell you what, man. I will go to the lake. I will go to the lake and I'll be sitting on the deck, and somebody will ask me about drafting, and I will remind them of Puka Nacua that I looked at 230 players, and I did not look at Puka Nacua.
Idiot. Lazy.
I know, idiot.
Just lazy.
Just like ordering cheesecake for dessert. Lazy order. Very lazy order.
I want to shout out our friends at Underdog, Brian, if you don't mind, just real fast. By the way, during the game Sunday night, your boy turned 25 into 203 on Underdog. The IRS
would like a word with you now.
What's that?
The IRS would like a word with you now.
Well, I want them to have a word with me. I just need to do that a few more times. Now, some people go bigger than that, and I play kind of like a coward. I picked 8 things I was kind of confident in.
Draft like a coward, play like a coward. Okay.
I moved all their numbers down by about 10 yards. It lowers your return, but it makes it easier to get the dub. So I brought them all down, and I turned my 25. If I'd have just picked it at the number they had, I'd have probably been at like
$500, right? Yeah. Okay.
And thank God Caleb Williams threw a touchdown, because one of them was I had Stafford more than 249.5 passing yards. He was at 225 before Caleb threw the touchdown. When he threw that touchdown, I went, "We're going to overtime. You boys winning on Underdog." And it worked out great.
Puka Nacua help you win in overtime.
I actually did not use Puka in that lineup, but that's all you do is you pick more or less on projected stats for all these different players, and you can do it across all sorts of different sports. That's our friends on Underdog. So what you do is you make those picks, you get them right, and you win the monies. It's nice and easy, right? Download the app today, sign up with the promo code TAPE, TAPE, and you will score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Play the first 5, you get 100 in bonus entries. Promo code is TAPE. Underdog, make picks, win money. Yeah, I just decided on a whim. I was just sitting there getting ready to watch football, and I was like, ooh, Underdog. And I popped him in there, and then I checked in at the end of the game. I'm like,
they just lowered everything.
Yeah, bring them all down.
Man. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Burden, more than 2.5 catches. Bang, he got 3. It was all real close calls. But
speaking of Wolchuk, I think Wolchuk did something very similar to you, but I think he missed. I think he had Brandon Cooks that he needed at like a half yard. There was a couple of them he lost.
I didn't go with Cookie.
Yeah,
thankfully.
couple losses with needing a half of a yard. Gosh darn.
All right, hold on. Where did my things go? All right, here my things over here. I'm looking for my guy. Did we do the pool fund guy? Yeah, for the pool fund and great
Okay.
work.
Thank you. Yeah, pool fund. We got to take care of that.
It's early. Yeah, but I don't.
We've been betting on Underdog. We don't have time for the pool fund.
Well, we're not betting. We're playing daily fantasy.
Brian. We're playing daily fantasy. My apologies.
Right.
My apologies.
My apologies. Them.
Underdog. My apologies. Play daily fantasy with
That's
Underdog.
Right. Use the promo code TAPE.
Promo code TAPE. Yeah.
It's early, but will you look at safety Ike Larson, Utah State sometimes? See, now I already forgot the guy. I got to go back to last week because when you send in a super chat, I want to know about your guy because you're supporting the show and I appreciate you. Yeah. But no, I haven't seen him yet. I've seen like 2 or 3 safeties.
There's some good safeties on this draft, though. There's some guys that can play some safety in this place. Yeah.
Did you watch my guy Kyle Lewis yet?
No, I got to watch Kyle Lewis, though. Is he the guy you were talking about that just bangs into people and stuff like that?
And I saw somebody last night talking about him where they were like, yeah, great cover guy and this and that. And I'm like, you talking about Kyle Lewis? The guy who just runs into the slot guy and then runs like he does what would be referred to in the NFL as a legal contact every play and then runs out to the flats. And maybe he can cut. Like, I don't know. He's a will linebacker that they don't take him off the field when they go to nickel.
Oh yeah, they play. Yeah, they play 3 linebackers. That's what they do.
Steps out there and smashes into the slot guy, and he's a really good player. I don't know if he can cover. And as a linebacker, he probably can, but I don't know if he's a safety. He's probably just a tiny linebacker. I don't know, but I do like him. Josh is in the super chat. Brian Broadus. How much is put into when evaluating these players' downsides or flaws where coaches look at them and say, this can be fixed with coaching versus this is just probably who the player is?
Yeah, the coaches, they get me in trouble all the time. I remember, who's our guy? Kerry Collins. Remember Kerry Collins, quarterback, Penn State? Yeah. Played 100 years.
Yeah.
Kerry Collins, if you watch him throw, he's got a hitch in his elbow. The way
Mendoza throws kind of funny, I think. I don't know what it is.
But got a little hitch. Got a little hitch there. I couldn't tell you how many coaches told me, oh, no, we could fix that hitch. We could fix that hitch. Oh, we could fix that hitch. The guy played 18 years. Nobody ever fixed his hitch.
Didn't need to fix the hitch. How about that? Like watching Phillip Rivers throw in college and the way he still throws today.
I never knew how Randall McDaniel got out of his stance for the Minnesota Vikings. He puts his back foot flat, his ankle flat on the turf, and then kicks out of it. Never knew how he got out of his stance. Not one time did I ever see an offensive line coach try and fix that. Not once.
Mr. Hood.
But no, it's like coaches always say, we could coach that out of him. And I go, I do. I go, yeah. And then that's why I'm doing radio nowadays, because there were too many days of going,
Yeah, you shouldn't have had so much. Mr. Hood says, I'd like Parker, but Clayton Adams would push for Gannon. We'll see what happens here.
No, Parker. I mean, hey, listen, there's every one of these guys that I've talked about with somebody, defensive coordinator guys, defensive coaches that might know these guys. Every one of them has been super, super positive. The Gannon one was where guys, and they weren't being mean about it. They were just saying, hey, tell me how. And so
Roman wants to sign Tyler Linderbaum. My guy, by the way. Okay. Had that one. Tyler Linderbaum.
You and Wolchuk.
And then he listed 5 combinations of letters. TS, TB, TL, CB, TG. I don't understand what any of that means.
Take a safety, take a back, take a lineman.
Roman, you're going to have to verify what those mean.
Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah,
what are we doing? One could be cornerback. One could be timeline. One could be Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
One could be true shooting percentage.
One could be timeout, right? It's a TO there at the end, timeout.
Bryce, which options would you prefer? Stick and pick Mansour Delane, the LSU corner, Cassius Howell, the Texas A&M pass rusher, or move both picks back for Brandon Cisse, that's South Carolina corner, Messidor, the pass rusher from Miami, Hill, that's Anthony Hill, Texas linebacker.
Yeah, Texas linebacker.
Tieneman is safety.
The safety from Oregon. Yeah, it's by transfer by Purdue. You're kind of in that range when you start to talk about Hill and Thieneman. Those are to me, and Messidor. Those are all kind of like guys. Actually, take that back. Watch this. Delane first round, Howell second. Everybody else is second on that board too.
You may rather have 4 seconds there. You may rather have.
So
4
what?
seconds.
But my seconds. Now listen to me here, folks. Please, not a second. It's like I have 15 first round grades, and like Delane is one of the 15. Everybody else is 16, 17, 18, 19. Don't think I'm looking at him as 42. Don't look at it that way. It's just you have a certain amount of first round grades. And you might have 15 to 18, and then you start to say, okay, well, where are the players? Every one of those players there, if you traded back, that's kind of where that's what we're talking about right there. I'm in a discussion with some folks, Jeff, and because they're talking about CJ Allen, the linebacker from Georgia.
Right.
There's people who think that Hill, the linebacker from Texas, is a better player.
I would say I think CJ Allen's a better player, but I can understand the appeal of Anthony Hill to people being greater because he might be in a foot race. He may be bigger, stronger, faster.
True.
He may be all three. And, there is an appeal to that. But I think if you were talking about turn on the tape and watch these guys play linebacker every snap, you'd be like, damn, that CJ Allen is doing exactly.
Oh, CJ Allen's a good player. No, I think they're both really good players.
Yeah, but CJ is going to measure in at 6 foot even and 230, and Anthony Hill is going to come in at, holy crap, that guy could be my linebacker.
Yeah.
So I get it. I like Allen more, but I understand the appeal. That's the tools thing, right? That's the player versus the tool.
There's people that would consider him at 20.
Anthony Hill?
Yep.
He'll be a guy I'll be happy to be wrong about. I'll be happy to be wrong because I do understand the appeal. I just, on a down in, down out basis, I'm not seeing a guy that I think is a first round step in quality NFL starting linebacker. But I guess maybe I do. I got him in the second. So I'd probably.
Did you and I've had this discussion. You and I've had this discussion where there were 5 guys you would not trade away from at 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I would trade away from Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles. Can I say it about a running back? I have Jeremiah Love as a top 3 player in the draft. Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, David Bailey. Those are probably the 6 I wouldn't trade away from. Bain and Bailey.
Do you hand in that card on Reese if he's there at 12?
Yeah, I think so. And
is there anybody you would take over Reese if he was there?
Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles.
Okay. So you have both those guys. So Reese would then be like 3 in your stack is where
I think Reese got a little bit jobbed the second half of the year because they were doing what was best for the team, and he ended up just being a quarterback spy that lines up on the edge. And when you're unleashing Arvell Reese is when you're going to get to see all the things where you're like, holy cow, he's a blitzing. Like, I think Sonny Styles will be more consistent as a coverage linebacker for sure. But Arvell Reese has more in the tank when you're saying go get that quarterback, or when you're saying let me see the downhill play that you make. He's got some freaky to him.
Yeah.
And Roman said, "Oh, those are the initials of our offensive lineman, by the way."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tyler Smith. Now I don't even know our offensive lineman anymore. Tyler Guyton. Okay, we're going right. Tyler Booker, Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went right to left instead of going left to right is what he did.
He kind of went all over the place. He went
Steele, Booker,
left guard, right guard.
Yeah.
I don't know. How scared are you of the Giants landing Caleb Downs? Harbaugh loves safeties.
I worry about the Commanders, and I worry about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I wonder if the Chiefs will use they're different prospects, and he's a better prospect. But the thing that we talked about yesterday is I could see Jeremiah Love being a Chief.
Sure.
But I wonder if they would learn from they used a first-round pick on a running back when they thought that's all.
That was 32. Yeah, that was.
And when you can't open the holes for them, it doesn't matter. And so I don't know if they would use a top 10 pick.
Both those organizations have a history of drafting safeties, good safeties, really good safeties.
Well, that's a really good one. Carrie wants to know if I've watched any tape on the Manster, Randy White. And I'll just say, Carrie, thank you for the support.
Yeah.
And I know what you're doing. You're just having a good time. Real talk, though. Have you all watched tape on the guy that was installing countertops and got arrested? They charged him with counterfeiting. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, tell me the player.
Carrie, I'll be sure to get right on that. By the way, I titled this video, "The Cowboys Can Help This Position Group Most in the NFL Draft," Brian. And now that we're at the end of the show, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's corner. Okay? It's corner.
Yeah.
That's the one that I think I'm probably most confident in the first round. There's going to be a corner. Will be one of the picks for the Cowboys, because it's also the one that, and I think you would do this going into a draft, looking at the depth of the positions and how good you feel about getting one of those names. There are, with a top 40 pick, and maybe there will be more as I keep watching, with a top 40 pick, there are 7 corners that I'm happy with in this draft. And I don't know if that's true at another position, but Mansour Delane, Jermod McCour, Avion Terrell, Colton Hood, all of those, I'd be okay.
Consider double dipping?
We got so much other stuff we got to do in free agency to do that. Sure.
If you do stuff in free agency, I just want them to have the flexibility.
Take
I do not want to hear tag and bottom fish and draft 2 guys. I don't want to hear that. God, I don't want to hear that.
No,
please don't let that happen.
No.
Please
all
don't
right,
let
Brian,
that happen.
thanks. Have yourself a great day. Appreciate
Thank you.
Bud.
You too, man. Appreciate you.
Everybody make sure that you are following Crown Global Media on every platform, YouTube, as well as Twitter,
Please.
CRWN, no O, and Crown on Twitter. Make sure you're following them there as well. And check me out on the DLS Cowboys podcast, which is Monday through Friday from 11 to noon Central Time, right there on the DLS Sports YouTube page. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody.